Welcome to another episode of Wicked Customs. Welcome to my mess. This is how I normally work. Tools everywhere, parts everywhere. Since I really don't have a set plan in mind, as I go, I just grab stuff. It's like, oh, this might work. Oh, wait, no, this might work. Let's try this. I even tried a little bit of, excuse me, metal fabrication for a hood, which that stuff's too thin to work with. But anyway, we've got the hood a little bit further along. Got a side panel for the hood. Stretched it, widened it a little bit. Moving on to the motor, we've got motor mounts added since this 4-cylinder didn't have them. I had to rework the rear. Excuse me, let me get this off here. I had to totally rework the Z part of the frame in the rear. It was crooked, didn't like it, so there actually ended up being, from a model, I don't even remember which one, but part of the tree was exact on both and it worked, so I just cut it off and made it work. I've got the mounts for the rear end. I've got to put shock mounts at the top to allow for the shocks. I kept the solid bar in the back. Now I'm going to make it look like just, you know, something you come up with as far as a Lakes racer look in your backyard. So anyway, the body's still as it is. There's a little bit of final sanding I got to do just around in here. I still have to put the fender well, or whatever those are, for the fenders there, so you don't see into the body. The interior is prepped over here, and there's the old engine. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. The front end's pretty good. Everything fits right as far as the wishbones for the suspension. Yeah, so anyway, so that's where we're at. It's coming along. I'm hoping to at least throw some kind of paint on the motor and the rear end. After a while, looking at white kind of drives me nuts, so I have to throw some color on something to make it look tangible. So yeah, so anyway, that's where we're at with this car. Moving on to another part of the mess is the air compressor that I came up with. I originally was going to put it in Holland Rust, but it just didn't work for that build, so you can always use it in the shop. But all it is the hose is just yellow wire. The tank itself is, I've recently quit smoking and moved to the electronic cigarette, so that's the tank from this. I just cut the neck off and painted it up. Did the whole rusting technique on it. The top of it is an old oil pan from a different model. And then just random like pieces of wire put in. I think the base part is some part of the engine compartment component from like a 55 Chevy that I had, and then just random stickers. I mean, I think one of them's like a battery sticker that I cut in half. And then the pulleys are from an old IMSA racer that I never made it together, so I just used that from the motor, and that's about it. I mean, I try to get as believable as possible. I think it works, at least for what I need it to. So it's really easy to do, and you know, I get hung up on the, well, this will never work and blah blah blah, but as long as it looks like what it is, I mean, no one's going to get right up to it. So, but that's about it for that. Okay, now as far as where I get my inspiration and all my information, um, I've always loved like the 50s and 60s hot rods anyway, and now they've just been becoming more and more mainstream. But I just pick up like all the old school, like magazines, and watch any kind of car show on TV. I usually have Overhauling on while I work, just to get in the mood. But I mean, even, you know, model magazines. This one I think is from '98, but they're a really good source of, like you can see here, just the motor detail, just how guys are doing stuff. And you know, I had a question on how to chop a top, and I still don't really know, but you know, you watch what the guys do on the shows, or get a magazine that shows it step by step, and I mean, that really helps out a lot. I mean, it pretty much translates. If you can do it on a 1/1 car, you can almost always do it on a 124 scale car. So that's kind of where I get this stuff, and I'm just, you know, I like the old simple cars. Just build it, drive it, repeat. But it's just how I am. It's where I get it from. I mean, if you're into like Pro Street and stuff like that, there's tons of magazines for that. I'm sure Velocity and Speed have a bunch of shows that'll help with that too. But that's just where I come from as far as where I get my information and some of my ideas. But yeah, that's about it. I think I covered everything I wanted to. I plan on, like I said, getting more paint and detail in this. There'll be updates, I'm hoping, throughout the week. But that's where I'm at, my mess. I'm hoping to get the interior going today. So we'll see. It's a lot of little things, and like I said, I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. So that's about it. Alright, take it easy, guys.